All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Museum Munchkins. I'm Mr. Nick, and today we are going to be talking all about sharks. And we're going to start off by singing a song about sharks. If you want to stand up on your feet. All right, now this is a song that you probably know. This is a song called Baby Shark. So can we all sing the song Baby Shark together? I bet you know the words, and I bet you know the actions already too that go along with it. So we're going to start off with, we're going to go through a whole family of sharks, and we're going to start off with a little baby shark. So can we take our fingers and make a little baby shark like this, and we're going to make its mouth open up and down. Very good. Just like that. Very good. And then we are going to switch to a mama shark and make our hands a little bit bigger, like this. Use our whole hand. Make her mouth open up and down. Open up and down. Very good. And then we're going to switch to a daddy shark, and we're going to use both of our hands like this and make the daddy shark's mouth open up and down. Then we're going to switch to a grandma shark. So the grandma shark doesn't have any teeth, so we're going to just use our hands like this. Put our hands together, just like we did with the mama shark, but this time with no teeth. And then we're going to do our grandpa shark. So just like we did with our daddy shark, but a little bit bigger. Very good. And with no teeth. All right, so like I said, I bet you probably already know this song, and so you can follow along. I'll remind you of the motions before we start each verse. Are you ready to sing Baby Shark? All right, here we go. Baby, can we get our baby shark? Shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. Very good. Now mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark doo 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 doo, mama shark. Daddy, can we make our arms really big? Because it's time for Daddy Shark doo 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 doo, Daddy Shark doo 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 doo, Daddy Shark doo 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 doo, Daddy Shark. Grandma Shark doo 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 doo, Grandma Shark doo 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 doo, Grandma Shark doo 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 doo, Grandma Shark. Grandpa. Ready? Grandpa Shark doo 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 doo, Grandpa Shark doo 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 doo, Grandpa Shark doo 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 doo, Grandpa Shark. And now we're gonna move our hands all around, or whatever kind of shark you want, because we're gonna shark attack, doo 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 doo, shark attack, doo 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 doo, shark attack, doo 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 doo, shark attack. Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. That was so much fun. I really liked singing that song with all those different size sharks and that whole big shark family. Well, we're going to talk more about sharks today, but first we need to put my guitar away and then head upstairs into the exhibit so that we can see some sharks. All right, we're upstairs right now in From Curiosity to Science to take a look at this black-tip shark that I've got hanging here in the exhibit. So sharks are actually a really large group of fish with over 500 different types alive today. So we find sharks in oceans all over the world, from way up near the surface to way, way, way deep down, 7, 8, sometimes up to 12,000 feet below the ocean's surface. So we find them from the surface all the way down to really, really deep. Now, sometimes there are a couple types of sharks that we can find in fresh water, like the bull shark or the river shark, but most sharks we're only going to find in salt water, in the oceans and seas that cover our planet. Now, sharks are some of the oldest animals on the planet too. So they actually go back to about 420 million years ago. That means that sharks have been around for about 2 million years, were around 200 million years before dinosaurs existed on our planet. So sharks are a really, really old group of fish. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them are very, very small. So actually the smallest type of shark that we find on our planet is only about 7 inches long, and it's called the dwarf lantern shark. And some are very, very big. The largest shark in the world is actually also the largest type of fish on our planet, the whale shark, growing up to 40 feet long. That's a huge fish. I don't think it would even fit in this hallway that we're standing in. They can get really, really big. Now, sharks have a skeleton that's made of cartilage. Can you say that word with me? Cartilage. And cartilage is kind of what's in our ears and what's in the tip of our nose, and we find it in between our joints, like in our knees and in our fingers. So cartilage it can be kind of hard, but it's also, and so it can hold a shape, but it's also really flexible. So can you find your skeleton? I can feel my skeleton here in my head, or in my fingers, in my arms, in my ribs, and in my legs. That's the hard part of our body, as our skeleton, our bones. And our bones are really hard. But a shark's bones are flexible. They're firm, but they're also really flexible because they're made of cartilage. Now, I don't know how well you can see this shark, but most sharks have 8 fins on their bodies. So they have one on both sides of their body in the front, those 2 bigger fins in the front of their body. They have 2 fins back on their body behind those, and then 1 more fin behind them. So on the bottom of their body, they have 5 fins. And then on the top of their body, they have 1 really big one. That's the one we sometimes see sticking out of the water when we see sharks swimming near the surface. Then if we go back on their tail, they have one little one just before the end of their tail, and then a really, really big fin at the back of their tail that helps to push them through the water as they wave their tail back and forth like that. Now, like other fish, sharks breathe through their gills. So they have little slits on the side of their bodies. Those are their gills. So some fish, if you've ever gone fishing before, you might have caught a fish and seen they have 1 gill. So sharks can have 5 to 7 gills on the sides of their bodies. And when they open their mouths, water goes into their mouth and flows over their gills. And that's how they get oxygen to breathe. Just like when we take a big deep breath. Can you take a big deep breath with me? So when we breathe, our lungs fill up with air from around us, and that's how our body gets the oxygen that we need to survive. Sharks get that from the water that they live in flowing over their gills. Now, most sharks are carnivores. Most of them are, but there are some that are not carnivores, like the whale shark. Even though it's the biggest shark, they just sort of float around, and anything that happens to flow into their mouth, mostly plankton and krill, that's what they eat. But most sharks are actually carnivores, meaning that they hunt other animals and eat them. And they have different teeth depending on what it is that they eat. So some sharks have kind of flatter teeth because they eat crustaceans like crabs and lobsters and mollusks like clams. Some sharks that eat little fish have long, pointy teeth like needles that they use for grabbing the fish that they eat. And other sharks that eat bigger fish or that eat mammals like seals have much bigger, wider teeth that are good for slicing through things. And unlike us, sharks lose their teeth all the time, all throughout their life. So us humans, we grow our baby teeth in when we're getting older, and then those baby teeth fall out, and then we get big adult teeth, and then that's it. So we only get 2 sets of teeth. But sharks, they lose and regrow their teeth constantly throughout their entire life. So they might have thousands of teeth over the course of their lives. Now, a lot of people think that sharks can be pretty scary. And I think a lot of that just comes from some misunderstandings about sharks. So let's talk about a few myths that you might have heard. Those are things that aren't true about sharks, but you might have heard before, and see if we can make sharks a little bit less scary. So one of the first myths, or one of the biggest myths, I think, is that sharks eat people. And that's just not true. So sharks, they would much prefer to eat a seal or a fish, but sharks are curious animals, just like a lot of animals are curious. And if they see something splashing around in the water, they might get closer to it, and they might use their nose to bump it, or they might even take a little bit of a nibble to see what it is that's splashing around in the water. So they might bite or nibble a little bit, but they don't eat people. And usually they won't even get close to us, but if they see something splashing around a lot, then they might come to investigate. But they don't eat people. Another myth is that sharks are on the tippy top of the food chain. They are, after all, sometimes these huge predators, and where they live in the oceans, they usually are the biggest predator, the biggest carnivore that's around. But even really, really big sharks, like the great white shark, have predators, like orcas. Orcas that live in the same area as great white sharks will eat great white sharks. But sharks actually have a even more dangerous predator in their environment. Humans. Humans are actually really scary to sharks because we're their biggest predator. And finally, shark attacks are common. That is another myth. So shark attacks actually really rarely happen. In fact, the odds of getting bitten by a shark are about 1 in 4 million. That means you are way more likely to be struck by lightning than you are to be attacked by a shark. So that's just humans getting attacked by sharks just doesn't really happen. And today's story is about a shark that might seem a little bit scary at first, but maybe the other animals in the ocean don't need to be too afraid of him. So let's head back to the classroom so we can read our story. All right, so today's story is Shark Bite, and it is illustrated by Beatrice Costamanga. I like this book because it moves like this. I can move the shark's teeth. Mark the shark was very sad. Boo. He didn't have any friends because the other fish were afraid of his sharp, scary teeth. One day, a brave crab pinched Mark's tail. Ouch! 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 Mark opened his huge mouth. Ouch! He cried. That wasn't very nice of that crab. Mark was mad. I'm going to bite all of you, he shouted. Clack, clack, chomp, 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 chomp. The other creatures were very, very scared. Come out, wherever you are, yelled Mark. If you won't be my friends, then you'll be my dinner. Just then, a friendly octopus reached out to Mark with her tentacles. She wanted to calm him down, but she ended up tickling him. Mark couldn't stop giggling. Please stop, he cried. The other fish heard Mark laughing. What's going on, they wondered. They came out of their hiding places and saw that Mark wasn't so scary after all. Now Mark the shark has many, many friends. The end. All right, so today, our craft, we're going to be making some clothespin biting sharks. So I've got one like this here. So the first, what we're going to need is we're going to need 2 little pieces of cardboard, or you could use a stiff piece of paper like a cardstock paper too. So, but I've got 2 pieces of cardboard here because I've got a lot of this lying around. I'm going to use a googly eye, but you could use some white paper for the eye. I need some glue, so I've got white glue here. You could also use hot glue with parent supervision to help things stick really quickly and fast. A clothespin, and a pair of scissors for me to cut things out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the 2 halves of my shark. So I won't need this whole piece, and what I'm going to kind of do is cut a straight line like this, and then I'm going to curve it up for the nose, and then I'm going to put a big pointy fin on it, like the fin on the top of the shark's back. There we go. It can be a little hard to do, so if you need help with this part too, you can always ask a grown-up. There we go. So I've got the top part of my shark's body, and now I'm going to take my other piece of cardboard and a marker here, and I'm going to make just a little teeny tiny mark on this cardboard to see where this nose that I cut ends. I'll make sure I don't cut past that part when I cut out the bottom of my shark's body. So I'm going to cut this way again, and then cut down. And this time I'm going to need a fin that comes out the bottom of the shark's body. It's called their pectoral fin. That kind of helps them to steer in the water. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now I've got a top of my shark and a bottom of my shark, but this shark doesn't have any teeth. So I'm going to need to cut some teeth in there. Now you could just draw some teeth on here too, if you want to, because it can be kind of hard to cut lots of little tiny teeth. But I'm going to see if I could just cut some little teeth really quickly here, quickly and carefully on my shark here. I'm not going to go very far with my teeth, maybe 4 or 5 teeth, I think is plenty for this shark. And I can pull out all those little triangles that I just cut. So see, and then I've got the bottom teeth here. And now I'm going to do the same thing for the top. Cut out a bunch of little triangles. And again, you don't have to cut these out. You could just color the teeth on. 4 and 5. 5 teeth. Now, sharks usually have a lot more than 5 teeth, but this little cardboard shark is just going to have 5. I think that's just enough. All right, now the next thing I need to do is I'm going to color my shark. So I'm going to color the top part of my shark blue. So I've got my blue marker here, and I'm just going to quick color the top part of my shark blue. You could color your shark whatever color you want, though. Lots of sharks are bluish or gray or brown, but you could make your shark any color you want it to be. You can make a polka dot shark or a shark with stripes. Okay, so I've got the top part of my shark there. And now I'm going to use a gray marker and color the bottom of my shark. This gives a little bit different color between the top and the bottom. And sharks are like that too in real life. So the bottom of a shark is usually a lighter color than the top, because when you're looking at a shark from the bottom, you're looking up toward the sun, usually toward the surface of the ocean. So it looks lighter. But if you're looking at a shark from the top, you're looking down into the darker water below it, so it helps it to blend in. All right, so I've got my gray bottom of my shark here and the blue top here. Now I could take a little bit of glue, and I'm going to stick it on this eyeball here. So I can stick this shark eye to the top of my shark. And now comes the tricky part. I'm going to use some glue to glue the top half to one side of the clothespin, and I can hold it open like this if that helps. One side like that, and then I'm going to stick the other side to the bottom half of my shark to the other side of my clothespin like that, and glue them down. So again, we could use this white glue. It's going to take a little time to dry though, or you could use some hot glue. And that's what I did on this one here. I used some hot glue to make it stick just a little bit faster and a little bit quicker. So we've got now this, and when I squeeze the clothespin like this, I make the shark's mouth open and close like it's going to eat something. And you could even, look at this, I made a little extra bonus to go along with this. I cut out a little fish shape out of a piece of orange paper and put it on a straw, and now I can make it look like this shark is chasing this fish. So I hope you guys have had such a good time today learning about sharks, and I can't wait to see if any of you make these clothespin sharks for yourselves at your house. And I hope that you join us next week too. We'll see you then.